Oh, welcome back to Podcast the Hero.
Did you say Protest the Hero?
Cornbot. When does our Cornbot sponsorship end?
I don't know. When does it begin?
I don't know.
I don't see any money.
No. Well, it's in the Patreon. We didn't have to.
It's in Riverside. I'm just kidding. I'm being ungrateful.
This episode's also brought to you by our patrons.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch, Aaron MFJ, Viva Hate, I am Dimitri and the world is my sack, Matty G, Ali, Benjamin, Taylor, Dave the film guy, Jake, Bob, Josh, in Steven Exposure, Progtoff. Dear fans, our Patreon pays us more than Spotify pays Joe Rogan. Suck it, poors. Sincerely, Fritzy and Chody.
It's nowhere near accurate.
Julia, the fat brown kid, Foolish Bale, and that's everyone. On a more serious note, Jenny Cage, I'm sorry, but we can't deny it any longer. Now that the Volition X...
What was that person going to do? Clearly trying to ruin our marriages.
Yep, 100%.
Holy fuck.
I'm glad that they ran out of space.
Yeah.
Brett Boss Blackwood, yes, I be a Newfoundlander by Spitgoth. Yo, absolutely the best podcast, a work in progress. Roadies, Road Raging Rodent, Sebastodon. Roadie said I have the nicest sack at the Toronto show, and it was pretty awkward.
I know that.
I swallow cum, source the odd as a result of a spray fart, come to New Brunswick. Rob, the anti-human, Peggy Thrill, Adam Foot, Fritzy's feet. Really makes you think.
It does.
23 hamsters, Fire Fee, common thread. Rhodey told me the new record is just Arkells covers. Zane, Rhodey loves my dink. I don't even like food. I just like to poop.
I get that, dude. I get that.
Deconomist, I drink soup because I like to make my insides extra wet and moist.
People are on a poop game this week.
Zach, the final Dan, KH Pandas, Corman, Jeffrey, Mason, TBJ, Yuri, Fruit, Ashwin, and High Tops.
Thank God that's over. Now we can introduce our guest who, if you're watching this, you've been able to see him the whole time.
Yeah, and he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's
Look
like,
how casual he is.
Do I want to put my face in the middle of the screen? No. Do I want to center myself in the frame? No. No.
It is Timothy.
Sit
Fenton,
all the way back.
LaForty.
How's that?
MacLabine. Don't call me Miller. MacMillar.
What's
Mac
up?
Miller?
Yeah,
Yeah.
MacMillar.
Are you a rapper? This is the Mac Miller?
No, he changed his last name to MacMillar when he married his wife.
I know. They combined them.
Similarly, Cage and I combined ours to be Bernacker.
And we were like, Mac Miller, there's nothing that's going to like bring up for anyone. And he overlooked the rapper, and then he died.
Yeah. He died big time.
I have a question. I heard a rumor
Yes.
that you're starting a competing podcast called Tim Pod the Hero Cast. Is that true?
Did you hear that rumor from me?
Yeah.
No, I have no comment on that.
It's called Tim Pod the Hero Cast.
But I feel like Rhodey was in the room when we were scheming this.
I was.
Yeah. So he could probably fill you in.
No, it's clear. I'm fired.
No.
And being replaced. It's okay.
I was in the room, I'm probably going to be one of their first guests, but I'm not involved in it in any way.
We've had some stressful events in the United States that have had zero impact on the two of you lately.
Was it a Protest the Hero tour?
No.
Yeah.
I had to go to my office every day this week, like starting on Saturday.
Yeah, dude.
And I had to like go sit in an office building with other people, and it was really terrible. And Sunday night, I was having really bad stress dreams because I like didn't want to go, and things were about to get real shitty, and I was having these horrible stress dreams. And like I would wake up and I would go down the hall and Jenny was still awake, like hanging out on the couch. And I was like, oh, I just had a bad dream. Like I was going to talk to my mom. And so I tell her all about it. And then I go back to bed. And an hour later, I'd be going back down the hall. I had another bad dream. But the last one I had was this. And I'm going to tell you what the dream was. And I need you guys to interpret what this means.
Okay.
You know what I think it means.
So I was amongst a group of huge PTH fans that were following the band, like on the tour. It was like
fish people.
Yeah, except it was like more formal than that. Like it was through the band. Like it was like a thing that you like signed up and paid for. And
hey, this is a good idea.
This is a great idea.
You went to each city and stayed. In this dream, you were staying in these lovely hotels in every city, and you would stay in the same hotel as the band and get to interact with them and blah, 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 and like hang out. And it was a very cool opportunity.
Yeah, we don't stay in hotels, though. We sleep on a fucking wagon.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's a dream.
Maybe
But there was one member of the group
us.
that was like a huge complainer. Yeah. Big complainer. Like any sort of barrier that came up between her being like near you guys was like a huge problem. Like screaming about like, I paid for this. I paid for access to them. Like I need to be where they are at all times. And like, was like this whole big thing. So at one point we're headed into a parking garage to head out to the next stop on this tour. And the band and their bus, your bus, was in a different section, right? That was inaccessible to this group of people. Only we could see you, right? And she was losing her fucking mind. She started threatening people. She started producing weapons. And then she was like screaming all this stuff, threatening everybody, like saying that Tim had made promises.
Oh, shoot.
This is too realistic.
Then gunfire started. But it was like between you guys.
Oh, we were just having we were having a band blowout.
Like, no. You guys were shooting at the group and the group was shooting back at you.
Oh, cool.
With a big like concrete barrier in between.
We were like World War I style?
Yeah. Yeah. This is bad. So I'm not sure how the next part happened, but it came out that Tim was the real instigator behind this to get the group to start firing on you guys. And then he, like, when everybody figured it out, he made a break for it. And Tim, you were running off, but then you turned into a squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
And you ran outside and you went into this, like, squirrel house that was made of an old cereal box. And you were in there as a squirrel, but nobody could get you. And it's just a cereal box, so we could easily just smush the cereal box, but in this dream, like it's impenetrable or whatever.
In dream logic, yeah.
And then, for some reason, it came to me to have to eliminate Evil Tim.
Oh, no.
And I
Evil
forced
squirrel.
Tim out of the cereal box. I put my gun against Tim's chest, and I pulled the thing. And immediately he turned into Steve Young, the quarterback from the 90s from the San Francisco 49ers. And Sports
we
Center
only know the CFL, Fritzy.
Sports Center announced that Steve Young, hero of the Mormons, an NFL star, had died in a tragic accident.
It doesn't sound like an accident to me. It sounded like you put a gun to his chest and just murdered him in cold blood.
So what does that mean?
That means you're gonna fucking Selena us, dude.
So this brings us to our topic. For both of you guys, have your dreams changed related to the band since it started?
Oh, are you talking about like aspirations?
Yeah, aspirations.
When you text me about this, I just assumed you meant like actual dreams.
No, your dreams, big dreams.
Yeah, of course. Like, I think our first dream was to just play the dungeon.
Every time?
No, just like one time. Like, I remember we were in like Arf's kitchen being like, man, it would be crazy to play the dungeon. That'd be the coolest.
Did you feel the same way? You just wanted to play the dungeon, Tim?
Yeah, and like to a bigger extent, just wanted to play real shows
Sure.
with people in attendance.
Yeah.
Why?
That's what the Rockers did.
But
Yeah,
why
dude.
do you want to? Why do people want to do that?
Why do artists do anything for fucking attention?
Attention?
And validation. Validation.
Why are we here now?
Why are we here now?
Yeah, attention.
Yeah, that's true.
Even you, Fritzy.
I know, and I hate it.
Yeah, but you want
I
it.
kind of like it, though.
Yeah. The
not
dreams haven't
used to it.
changed that much.
But I think that like when we went to the dungeon, we would see bands perform and we would see the environment and we'd be moshing and having a great time and all that. And we're like, we want to be on the other side of that.
Yeah.
Does at any point were you seeing shows of bands that you really liked that you were like kind of pissed that you were watching and not playing? Like you go to a show and you're like, I should be playing this show.
I'm sure it was that case a lot, but not like playing instead of them, but like opening for them. Be like, oh, fuck, why aren't we on this bill?
I feel like we were pissed. Didn't One Short win the Battle of the Bands?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And we were just like, those fuckers.
Yeah. So that was like 99. That was like a supernova battle of the bands. We didn't even fucking make it to the finals.
No.
Like the judges told us that like
You're too loud.
they were
boys. I'm
really
sorry, you're
impressed
just
for
too
how
loud.
young we were or whatever. And that like, they were like, oh, you should be through the finals, but you're not, or something like that. There was something where they were like, good for you guys. Like fucking 6 of the 10 songs we played were covers.
Yeah, we didn't deserve to make it to the finals.
No, they were probably just like surprised that like 5 12-year-olds made something coherent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, back then, and still is Battle of the Bands still a thing? Like, do places put those on?
We're talking about over 20 years ago. I have no idea.
Like, the one that we did, I don't think the one at Durham College was Supernova, but like Supernova had a really bad reputation because they just like offered prizes and then people would never get anything. But in general, I think having Battle of the Bands is a good thing to like stimulate young bands to like compete.
Yeah.
But there's just always whoever's putting it on is like some crooked promoter that's getting kids to sell tickets and then keeping all the money.
That's
'cause,
true.
Like, when I was a kid, I never saw things for Battle of the Bands or anything like that. But
Well,
I've
yeah,
heard
I
like
mean-
a lot of my Canadian friends talk about them like they're a very common occurrence. Or
It for
were.
sure used to be, but like it was really obvious, like right out the gates, that it was like there was money being generated and none of the bands were receiving it.
Yeah.
And it was like, we wanted to do it all the time, but it happened like once a year. So like, I don't know, all of a sudden we would just like I don't even know how it happened, but like we booked the fucking Chameleon Cafe in Ajax and just like invited our friends to play. And then we played last. You remember that, Screwed? It was like September 9th or something. I think I remember the date. I think it was like September 9th, fucking. Dude,
I don't remember. Like, I remember playing shows at the Chameleon. I don't remember like our first time playing.
I think our first time was that. It was that time that we. So we were in high school. And I think it was September. And we invited. Not For Sale and fucking. What was Adam
I
Harris'
guess
band?
Arms to Illustrate weren't.
Arms
something
to
yet.
Illustrate, and what was Adam and Manhole's band called?
Oh, Last Priority?
Last Priority. So it was all those bands, and everyone from fucking both high schools in Whitby showed up. So it was like huge, and then these older bands, this band called Price to Pay and Not by Choice, showed up, and they were like, "Whoa, mind if we play after you?" And
they were just jamming. There was like a rehearsal spot in the same complex, and they were just like jamming. They're like, "Oh, can we hop on this show?"
Yeah, and they just like jumped on and headlined a fucking show that we organized. Both those bands can still eat shit.
Like, how did we orchestrate like something like that? Like, we would have had to like pay the venue, or the venue just collected the money and paid. Like, how did we even do that back then?
I remember we weren't arranged to get paid. Like, my fucking mom still loves to tell the story that it's like our dads were standing outside and they were like, "What the fuck?" And they went inside and talked to the owner, and they're like, "You got to pay these kids." And he gave us like $70.
But that was the time when you were having to call everywhere, right? Trying to find places to play.
Yeah, well, there were local venues, right? Like, we knew of the places. Like, we were going to see bands, so Chameleon Cafe was kind of a shithole, so it was really easy to get in. I don't remember how we organized it, and like it must have been like Riffy or something that got it together, because like that was our show.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't speak to anyone.
But like at the Dungeon and at the Chameleon, I don't ever remember like calling them and being like, "Hey, is this day available?"
Yeah. Yeah.
But like we somehow did that.
We did it, yeah. And then we would just like fucking make flyers, print them out, and like walk around the mall.
Yep.
And just like hand out fucking flyers.
Yeah, in college, my band, we played a show at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hell yeah. Dude.
Like, they literally just moved some tables out of the way.
Yeah.
And we played, and like I don't know that they ever had other shows. Like, somebody just made a phone call or knew somebody and was like, "Can we play a show there?"
I think that's like a inherently American thing, just like playing a diner kind of thing. Like, look at that "What the fuck is up, Denny's" video.
Yeah.
Like, those kids are playing at Denny's.
Yeah. Yeah, we played a Buffalo Wild Wings once. It was fucking...
We never did shit like that.
We also played in a parade once.
How'd you get that gig?
On a trailer?
It was a Ford Explorer pulling like what essentially probably was like some guy's trailer that he pulled like his riding lawnmower in. And it was just big enough to like fit the drum kit and our amps.
Would have had to have a fucking generator on there too.
There was a generator in the back of the thing. And
it's starting to sound pretty cramped back there, Fritzy.
No. We weren't in it. Like, our singer guitar player stood on top of the Ford Explorer with a mic stand duct taped to it.
Holy fuck.
And then me and the other guitar player walked along next to the trailer that was pulling.
Were you wireless?
No.
So you just had to stay within like the proximity of your fucking cable.
Yes.
That's so sketchy.
What was this parade for?
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, okay. Just going like...
When you guys were just starting out, did your dreams include meeting an older mustachioed sage that would guide you through your life, like a cool uncle or / older brother sort of figure? Did you dream about that? Is that part of the plan?
Screedy?
Well, I was going to say, if that might have been the dream, but it came to us as a dreadlocked, light mustachioed guy for a while.
Yeah.
That did a lot of good for us and then did a lot of harm.
Yeah.
And then a taller mustachio guy came along.
Yeah. And he never harmed anyone.
He
never really helped anyone either, though.
That's true.
He just didn't care anymore.
Yep. Didn't care. Do you ever hear music in your dreams?
No.
No?
I know that I dream, but I don't remember most of my dreams. Like, I probably remember like one every month.
Yeah.
So my dream life is very boring.
It's probably healthy. that you don't remember them?
I dream a lot about Steve Dangle.
You do?
Well, I'm not really dreaming. I'm just sleeping with his podcast in my ears. So it's like,
It's
You
more
just-
of like a lucid dream kind
yeah,
of
he's
thing.
just screaming in my head all night.
So you've never, like, I figure, I don't really think I hear music in my dreams either, but I've read that there are people that, like, they hear it in their dreams and then they, like, will write melodies.
Like, yeah, Paul McCartney wrote Yesterday in his dreams or something like that.
Yeah, shit like that.
Those people are liars.
You think?
Oh, yeah. That's... I mean,
Same.
I don't know because it's never happened to me, but I think that person is lying.
Same thing with the Chumbawamba guy. That he like dreamt of tub thumping and just woke up and wrote it.
He probably just woke up with like a melody in his head and just like hummed it all day. And it's like, I don't know. Did you dream it or did you fucking think it? You know?
Isn't
Yeah.
that the same thing, though?
No, because dreaming is like unconscious thinking.
But it's still your brain.
Yeah, but it's firing on its own fucking pistons, man.
I guess.
I'd like it is the same thing. Like you still made it up, but like it's like I don't know enough about fucking anything.
You
to
don't know
talk
enough about
this.
fucking?
I don't know enough
What
about
do you
fucking.
need to know?
I know 2 positions, man. Girl on top and guy on top.
Oh, I never thought of guy on top.
I know.
I thought you were going to say girl on top front ways, girl on top the other
No,
way.
just you know what? Forget guy on top. It's too much work.
So if you don't dream your melodies, or Tim, if you don't dream the music in your head, how do you do it? How do you come up with a melody to a thing?
I was actually doing this today. Like some days I feel more creative and inspired than others, and I try to like kind of like harvest that, so to speak. But I kind of just start playing a melody that I hear, and then I just kind of like follow what I'm like hearing to sound natural. Like I'll either figure out the progression and then put the melody over.
Mm.
But I need some sort of starting point, whether it's like a melody that I thought of or a progression or an idea that's based on something, and I just kind of roll with it.
You
Jeez.
said you've been feeling really creative since you got home.
No, not really, but
Oh,
today was like the first day that I worked out a part in a piano thing I was working on, and that's the first time I think I'd written anything for a while.
So do you like? I am constantly writing little things in my head or singing little things, but I never like try to sit down and go, okay, how would I play this? But is that the thing? Is that the piece that's missing in my life? Is just like, oh, when you're in the shower going twiddle dat dat doo 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 doo, go grab
Yeah.
a guitar and make that.
go make it.
Yeah,
I
you
came
have
up with-
to have a process of taking that thought and recording it or playing it or doing something with it to like make it become something.
I straight up came up with the lyrics and melody for the chorus of Skies in the shower.
How did you write them down? In the steam on the glass?
I didn't. I just came out and walked over to my computer and was like, I have it. Tremble beneath the weight of.
Was inevitability in there from the beginning?
100%. It was always the same. It was like fucking.
You're
All
like,
the way,
I'm gonna make this word fit.
I was working on the shower. I was working on the shower. I was working on the song, and then I stopped and had a shower. And I was just in the shower fucking around with like the ideas that I was fucking around with. And then I got out and just recorded it and went, yep, that's the one.
That's very good.
The shower
There's-
is where the
I-
ideas happen.
I think there's two different things here where how people come up with like an initial idea, and then if you're like working on something, how do you like continue it? Because sometimes when you get stuck or you already have something, you like listen to it or you like think about it, and then you're like, oh, that's the like next step on that thing.
Mm.
Like from a like a vocal melody perspective, like if I was listening to an instrumental version of any of your songs. And I didn't know what the melody, like the vocal melody was. I would have no idea how to come up with a vocal melody for that. Like it would just be like, no, I couldn't even think
You just got to listen with your heart, man.
Nuh-uh, that's a lie.
I don't know. The creative process is a weird one. Like, how do you describe, like you talk about putting melodies over that, but like, where does the fucking idea for any of the riffs come from? How does anybody think fucking anything?
Computers.
Boogers?
Computers.
Oh, computers. Yeah. Little.
Yeah, I just assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Have your dreams for your life, not necessarily about the band or anything, but just in terms of your life. Like when you were younger, did you have big dreams? And then like for me, I have always had relatively small dreams. Like didn't have like huge aspirations for my life, I guess.
Okay.
And then as I've gotten older, they've just gotten much, much smaller. Like the things that I'm like, God, I just need really would like an extra hour of sleep. That's like really what I could use every night. Like that would be just the best.
Isn't that
Like
the
my
best?
dreams have gotten really small. As you guys have gotten older, have your dreams stayed big?
I don't think so. I feel like, sad to say, but I feel like I'm less like aspirational. I have less dreams. I'm definitely goal oriented, but there's not like, oh, I hope one day like I'm this, you know. Yeah, like I guess sometimes you come up with shit where you're like, that'd be really cool to like do that at some point in my life and work towards that.
Yeah, I think part of it is like when you become a parent, your dreams become more of what your children become. You know what I mean? Like you want things for them and not so much anything for yourself anymore.
So are you saying that by me not having kids, I'm incredibly selfish?
No, I'm saying by you not having kids, your existence is without purpose.
Oh, that's true. The new vice president said so.
No, obviously that's a really cruel thing to say for people that can't have children. It's really not true at all. Because the purpose of existence is just to exist.
Is it?
Yeah. What's the fucking point?
I'm with you.
It's an accident.
I feel like it is all an accident.
Cage always says that your existence is like a brush stroke on a great canvas, and you should make yours as wonderful as possible.
I just am always just like, how do I make this line straighter?
Are you coming out of the closet right now?
No, that's not what I meant, but you know what I mean. Like,
oh, my computer's gone blank.
Oh,
who did?
You're still there.
Oh,
I see you.
It's back.
Okay. Okay.
What's that say, Scroot? What's that say on your shirt?
It says
Peach.
Peach is a human right.
Oh, I thought it said peace is yummy.
Peach is yummy.
Tim, did you eat a pizza today?
No, sadly. I had a good streak. My mother-in-law called me on it. She's like, "How many days have you ate pizza?" And I traced it back like 3 or 4 in a row.
Nice.
And I've been volunteering at my daughter's school on Pizza Day to give out the pizza. And the first time I did it, I wore all my pizza attire. And they were pretty excited.
When you go, is it like one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me?
No, but at the end, there's always leftover because there's kids that are away or whatever. So they have like 4 pizzas left over, and it's like, take whatever you want. So last time, I took 2 slices, and I rode my bike to the school, and on my bike ride home, I was just eating pizza, riding my bike.
Hell yeah, dude.
at my work today, so like for these big events that we have to do at work, they cater in food for everybody. And today it was pizzas. And I don't know why, but they bought 3 pizzas that were no cheese, just vegetables.
What the fuck?
Like, what? How many people could possibly want a no cheese, just vegetable pizza?
Did it have sauce?
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's weird.
It was weird.
Like,
I
that
didn't
would be
eat it.
good for me, but like, I don't want it.
I know, right? I went through a phase where I didn't get cheese on my pizza. It was terrible. It's just breadsticks, dude.
Were you just like,
I was trying to
you're
not
doing
do
an
dairy.
elimination diet? Yeah. You know what I can't stop thinking about? We should make like a virtual escape room
Yeah.
where like we're on a podcast like this, but we're also in like a flash game somehow, and we gotta like look around and figure out how to like get out of the escape room.
How do you get
somehow.
out? Is it behind the curtain behind me?
Yeah, I don't know.
We should do that.
Isn't
They
there
have
something
those
there?
virtual escape rooms.
They do have them?
Yeah, we should do it. Like, we should do it with their patrons.
How do you, and you don't have to fucking be,
No, you just log on. And, like, you work together to solve puzzles and stuff to
Oh, that's
escape
cool.
the room.
oh, that sucks. It exists.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to make money?
Didn't we try to make like a flash game that was Escape the Tour Bus?
Yeah. That would have been great, but Mo lost interest, and he was the only one who knew how to do it.
You know how to do Flash? They don't make Flash anymore.
They don't make Flash anymore?
They phased
No.
it out.
It's all gone.
What is it now?
Who knows?
Unreal Engine?
Yeah, essentially. Like now every 12-year-old kid that wants to make a game is making like AAA level fucking games.
What's AAA?
The ones that cost like $70.
What?
You know?
What about, did you see the one where I made that you just catch the poop?
Yeah, I saw that.
You catch the poop and you eat it?
Yeah. I go yum 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 yum.
Was that worth $70?
Yes. You should
Screw, there was an episode where I made Fritzy a gift, and it's like him, it's on some like children's fucking code teacher.
Was it Scratch?
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
was, yeah. And I just made like Fritzy gobbling up poop.
That's amazing.
But every time he got it, he went yum 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 yum.
It was a good game, dude.
I love
It was a
that.
good game.
I'll buy that.
You can't lose.
Speaking of games, I have a game for us.
Oh, sick.
Oh, great.
It has to do with dreams.
Dream.
Well, specifically, I guess no. I guess it is just dreams, not nightmares. But nightmares serve a biological purpose. What is that biological
Get the piss
purpose?
out of your body.
To get the piss out of you?
Yeah, is that it?
No. So
Processing trauma.
It's A, the devil is trying to inhabit your soul.
Oh, screwed. That was it.
B, it's fear training. C, they serve no purpose. Or D, eyeball exercise.
Now, what is fear training? What
I
would
think
that
B,
be?
yeah.
You think
So
fear
it's like-
training?
Teaching you that fucking some things will kill you and you should be afraid. I'm going to say eyeball exercise.
It is fear training.
God damn it!
So essentially, by having a nightmare and experiencing the fear in the situation in your dream, that when you're exposed to a situation that would make you afraid, you will react with less fear to the situation. So they did like a thing where they made people do like a sleep study with EEGs attached to them and monitored like when they were dreaming and the part of the brain that says like, oh, here's fear. Right. And then they took the people that had nightmares and the people that didn't. And then they showed them like scary images. And the people that had the nightmares before seeing the images had experienced less fear than the people that didn't have a nightmare.
Wow.
Interesting.
How does a person induce lucid dreaming? Are you aware of lucid dreaming?
Oh yeah, we watched that movie a bunch
Waking
of times.
Life.
Waking Life.
So there is a method that scientists say is the best method for trying to induce lucid dreaming. Is it A, withhold liquids for the entire day before you sleep?
That's
B, take a double dose of melatonin right before you sleep? C, you can't. It's impossible to induce lucid dreaming. Or D, repeat to yourself as you're going to sleep, next time I dream, I will remember that I am dreaming.
I honestly think that Waking Life implies something like D, but I'm going to say C. I don't think lucid dreaming is something that you can control.
I think in Waking Life, they were talking about when you realize you're in a dream, like how you can like do things to like take control of it.
And like make sure that it is a dream.
Yeah.
Like there's something
gotta
about like
spin a
light,
top, right?
light
You gotta
switches.
click the light switch. Yeah, the light switches
Yeah, light
don't work.
switches never work.
Something with the alarm clocks that are like spinning or something. I'm gonna say D, but that sounds
It is.
goofy as fuck.
It is D. They did an experiment. Scientists did an experiment and found that they were able to, in patients, induce lucid dreaming 49% of the time.
By just being like, next time I do it, I'm going to remember.
I'm going to remember I'm dreaming. And you just like mantra that to yourself as you're falling asleep.
I had a dream one time that I broke into a mall through a skylight with a team of people. We were all in balaclavas and heavily armed.
Yeah.
And we committed terroristic actions.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared in the dream. I loved it.
Yeah.
I woke up and I was scared, but only scared of how much I loved it in the dream.
Yeah. I have dreams like that quite a bit where I'm like a fucking action movie hero kind of.
I was not a hero.
You
I
were
was a
bad guy.
terrorist.
What drug can you take to induce dreams while you're awake?
What the fuck?
LSD.
Is it ayahuasca,
Oh,
weed,
DMT,
meth, or Tylenol?
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca.
It is ayahuasca.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Sleepwalking is related to dreams in what way?
The piss way.
You are literally acting out your dreams.
Nah. Yeah.
Your brain has failed to properly paralyze you.
That sounds more like it.
Sleepwalking is always caused by dreaming of peeing on your parents while they sleep.
I mean, that is almost true.
Or sleepwalking is always caused by dreaming of eating a pizza over the sink while wearing no pants.
That could be true too.
Think B.
It's B.
It is B.
Yeah. But everybody that sleepwalks, they're looking for somewhere to pee, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law has a wild story about sleeping at some guy's house, and the guy woke up and he was just banging his oven. Like, he was just, like, opening the door and closing it over and over again. The guy was like, what the fuck are you doing? And when he woke him up, he slammed it so hard he smashed the glass on it. In the middle of the fucking night.
So apparently, when you dream, your body paralyzes you.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why, like, some people will experience sleep paralysis, or like when they wake up and they can't move, it's like a dysfunction where the
it's like
paralysis is lasting.
Yeah, so it's like the inverse of sleepwalking.
Yeah, it's the inverse of that. And sleepwalking is the dysfunction where your body doesn't properly paralyze you when you dream.
Man, I wish I would have done some research on dreaming. This feels like we're doing an episode of Stuff You Should Know, dude.
It is.
I love it.
Well, that's it. Did you guys win?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I was 4 for 4 or 5 for 5, whatever.
4 for 4. Cheese 3 for 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cheese
I
had
did say-
one miss.
I said one wrong thing.
I tried to get Sandy to watch Waking Life, and then when she saw it was like animated, she's like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah. It is obnoxious.
Yeah.
Does Sandy not like animated anything?
No, she does, but I don't think she likes adult animated stuff.
Yeah, that really makes it sound like you're talking about cartoon porn. Adult
Don't
animation.
put adult in front of
Adult
anything.
animation.
You can't put adult in front of anything, dude.
No.
Just makes
Jenny
it
won't
Adult-
watch
adult
anything
diapers.
animated.
There you go.
Yep. That's,
Like not even kids movies?
no, I mean, the only reason she went to see Inside Out 2 with us was because everybody else was going.
FOMO.
Right. It was just like,
Peer pressure.
not even FOMO. It was pure pressure for
Have
sure.
you guys
like,
seen
it was like,
A Wild Robot yet?
no.
No.
Get out there and go see it while it's in theaters. It's fucking sick. It's like Iron Giant meets Wall-E meets
Wall-E's
like,
the finest animated film of all time.
wow, it might have just got unseated.
Really?
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful movie. It's like, I don't know. You take those movies and then you mix
it as lovable as Wall-E is?
No, it's different. It's different than that, but same but different. And it's like
Same,
also
same.
like if you take like the fucking messaging of what's his name, the Totoro guy, you know, what's his
Kobayashi?
face? Kobayashi Maru. But it's like about like anti-capitalistic sort of environmental stuff. It's wonderful. Your
Yeah.
girls would love it, Scrudy.
All right, I'll take them. We need a daddy-daughter date.
Do you have to have a kid to go?
No,
Okay.
you can.
I could go.
I saw it in 3D by accident.
Oh.
Did you wear the glasses?
Yeah, I hate the glasses.
How do you wear the glasses over your glasses?
I just put them over my glasses. If I don't wear the 3D glasses, it's blurry. If I don't wear my glasses, it's blurry. It's a lose-lose situation. I gotta wear both sets at the same time. And like, they don't even make fucking glass. They don't make movies for 3D anymore. It's like nothing even happens. There's just like a little depth to it. Like, what's the fucking point? You remember when it used to be like My Bloody Valentine 3D and like they'd swing an axe in your face and like blood would fly at you and shit?
Yeah.
Like, stop making movies in 3D unless they're made for 3D. That's my opinion.
Right? Isn't like, I haven't done the new 3D thing yet.
What do you
I
mean?
know that's weird. It's been around for a long ass time. Like, I've never seen Avatar. But isn't like the new 3D stuff just like, it gives it depth?
Yeah.
Like, the
Isn't that
stuff
just
doesn't
what
like
Brody
actually.
said?
I literally
out.
just said they're just
Did
Is
you
that
see
what-
Captain EOS though?
Captain EOS.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson 3D movie at Disneyland.
No, I didn't go to Disneyland and see a Michael Jackson movie. Are you living outside of your gourd?
It was awesome. He was Captain EOS. And
Who the
like
fuck
things
is that?
flew at your face and you had to dodge them. Otherwise you get hit.
Oh, was this something that happened like 100 years ago?
Yes, in the 80s.
Yeah, then no. Okay, so did you send your gift to me?
Yes, I did. Did
Did you
get
send it to Scroot?
No.
Okay. Let me look and see what you got me.
Am I going to have to look at my phone?
You don't have to. I'll hold it up.
You
Is
just
it
got me a
3D?
picture of pink salmon. Oh, Chody's tuna. You added Chody's tuna into a picture of real tuna, and it says fat chunks in cheese made with 100% real Fremunda cheese. Do you want to see, Scrudy?
From under cheese?
But
Oh.
see, there's
Oh,
also
that's
like a
nice.
real picture. It's quite nice. So
Is there like an inside
Yeah.
joke there? Or?
I don't know. I don't like
It's a
tuna.
chode.
Okay.
Chode.
That
Oh,
will be tuna?
You got a real tuna can over there.
now, so your definition of chode is a dick that's wider than it is long?
Yes.
Because I always was thinking that the chode is the space between your bum and your balls.
The
It's a
perineum.
taint.
The
That
perineum.
yeah.
The taint.
Yeah,
The gooch.
I'm sure I'm wrong, but this is what I did. I drew.
That one guy from I Think You Should Leave, right? He's like, you got a certified chode.
Certified
Real
chode.
tuna
Yeah,
can.
he's talking about that.
The little kid, because he's
So I drew a picture friggin' Donnie Trump squeezing the life out of Fritzy. This is Fritzy up here. Oh, it's Fritzy up here, just getting life, and it's. I thought Fritzy is America.
Yeah. Oh, that's very sad.
I couldn't make him ugly enough. Like, I really wanted him to be uglier than that, but I'm just not very gifted at drawing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It's very clear who it is.
Oh my God.
Hey, look, photos of
pictures of
something
wedding.
else.
This is me and a guy named Iman.
He has a very nice mustache.
He's Mrs. Rogers' son.
Mrs. Rogers.
Yeah, our
Yeah, she's
drama
married to
teacher.
Mr. Rogers, you know, the guy from the...
I met him at a wedding and was like, let's get a picture. And he took a picture at the same time. I also saw Miss Ibsen at the grocery store the other day. I'm pretty sure she didn't know who I was.
I never had her as a teacher. I can't remember.
She was
English
nice.
teacher?
Yeah. She's the one that taught me about the hero's myth, which I wrote Pacific Myth about. The hero's journey.
Did you thank her in the liner notes?
Yeah, I think. And then I wanted to tell her in that moment when I saw her in the grocery store. I was like, hey, I wrote a whole album about that class that you taught, and it got nominated for a Juno, but ultimately lost one to HK. But I didn't, because I don't think she knew who I was.
Do you think teachers, they act like they remember you, but they don't really?
I'm pretty confident that's what she was doing.
Because they can't remember everybody.
Yeah,
Right?
That was
so
20 years ago. Yeah. I saw Mr. Burchard, our history teacher. Remember him, Screw?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I saw him at someone's funeral, which is pretty crazy. And I was wearing a mask, but I walked up and I said, Mr. Burchard, you old son of a bitch, how are you? And he went, you'll have to remind me. And I was like, what the fuck? You sent me to the office like every day, dude. Every day.
That's fucking funny. So on the whole election thing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to pick a winner?
Yes, please.
Oh, yes, please.
I'm torn, but
You don't have to act torn. You can.
I think Chody's is more on point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yours is just kind of random, but I feel like you spent more time than Chody.
I didn't.
Okay.
No, I did mine just
very little time.
I did mine while I
I
was
wish
waiting for
Chody's
you
had
to
a little
get
bit of color.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I did it like just before we started. I didn't have time to color it.
We'll see who the real arbiters of the gifts are in the Patreon.
Mm,
One day I'm going to go through and total up all the scores.
but not
And we'll
today.
But about the election, I think obviously a huge disappointment
Hmm.
in our country. I think a lot of people were disappointed. I think my biggest disappointment is how many people voted the other way. But it was very telling that the numbers were significantly down from the previous election. Like, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And-
overall voter turnout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Significantly down. Like, any heartbeat out of the Democratic nominee should have won that race. And so, yeah, that's it was rough because
I think the Dems have a long look in the mirror that they have to take.
well, yeah, I mean, I think
It's
that
like we can say whatever we want about the American population voting one way or not the other or abstaining or whatever. The Dems fucking handed it to them on their inability to fucking campaign. And, you know, like a lot of people going, I can't believe you voted for a fucking convicted felon, misogynist, racist, whatever. Going like, well, the Democrats, I can't believe you did such a piss poor job of fucking campaigning that people voted for him.
right.
Right? Like, they have a huge fucking hand to play in this.
Yeah. Oh, massive. Yeah, I think the strategy that they employed, the amount of resources spent trying to get people to vote for them that they had no shot at getting to vote for them while alienating a massive part of the base of the party.
She tried to campaign for fucking like a little bit lefter leaning Republicans.
Yeah.
They don't fucking exist. And if they do exist, they don't exist in large enough fucking quantities to make a difference in the campaign.
Yep.
It's crazy that just like, oh, you know what? There's fucking Republicans that don't want to vote for him. I'm like, sure.
There's not enough of those.
No. You should fucking concentrate on your actual voter base. And how about just like all of America?
Yeah.
What do they want?
Yeah.
Do they want someone that fucking sits right of Joe Biden? Fuck no.
Right.
Do they want a fucking cop? No. Right?
It's absolutely the truth, right? It's absolutely the truth. And I think, the other thing that they didn't do was explain to the American people why a vote for him is against their interest.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a very good selling point, is to say, like, you vote for us, these are the things that are going to happen for you, and you vote for him, and these are the things that are going to happen to you. And they basically just said, but he's bad.
Yeah. Oh, he's a racist.
Yeah.
The KKK is going to vote for him. You should feel bad if you do that. You should feel
There's a lot
shame.
of people that don't give a fuck about that.
Well, like, here's the thing, though. If they admitted the reasons why he's, like, really bad, they'd have to admit the reasons why they're really bad.
Yeah.
It's like, he's going to fucking sell your jobs to a country that's going to do it for cheaper through probably enslaved labor.
Yeah.
He's going to fucking back big industry fucking interest over any of your interest. And it's like, well, guess what? The Dems are too.
Yeah.
They're just not going to be so fucking blunt about it.
Right. It's just different big businesses.
Yeah. I do think that there was a worse option in this election, and the worse option won.
Yeah. But there was no good option.
No. Like,
and there hasn't been.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a good option.
People are trying to people are angry at Muslims and Arab Americans for not voting. It's going, how the fuck were they supposed to?
Yeah.
Like,
couldn't do it.
How the fuck were they supposed to
do it?
It was like based on, like, she had Bill Clinton come up and like fucking just like last week be like, we need to eradicate Hamas and like all this like pro-Israeli fucking bullshit. They didn't fucking vote for Trump, but they couldn't vote for Kamala. Like, how does anyone that believes in a free Palestine vote for either of those people?
No.
And it's like, I know people are going like, oh, but Trump is definitely going to fucking cause the complete eradication of Palestine. It's like, come on, it's going to fucking matter too. Like, if that's your main issue, there is no way to vote in this election.
Yeah.
Other than third party.
And that's the biggest problem I have in our country is no viable third party. Mm-hmm. The system does not allow it.
Yeah. And I understand Kamala kind of doubling down on women's healthcare and like fucking bodily autonomy and stuff like that. But what America said loud and clear is what they've been saying for a long time. Is they hate women.
Yeah.
And Trump campaigned on like, fuck immigrants. And guess what? Guess what else America hates?
Yeah.
Immigrants. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's all bad. It's all bad. I have a menial understanding of it, but I'm fucking terrified of it.
Yeah. It's all real bad.
I think I'm more annoyed that, like, I feel like since Trump was out of office, they're just not talking about Trump and all the stupid shit he did all the time in the news. They're still talking about it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But when he's like president, it's like every fucking day they're like, now this happened. Now this happened. It just like hogs the media.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's because all of our media is just like, it's just clickbait
It's
anyway.
theater.
So it's like he's the one that draws eyeballs, so that's what you're going to get on CNN and fucking MSNBC and Fox and all that shit. Like, they love it.
Mhm.
On either side, right? Like, you could be Fox News and they love it because they got their guy and they can tout all the bullshit that they've been touting forever.
Yeah.
And CNN loves it because they can put him on TV and say how much of an idiot he is, and people are going to flock to that shit and watch it, and numbers are going to go through the roof, and they're fucking whatever.
Yeah, and fuck what he's doing. Who cares?
Right? It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, because
Like, CNN's owned by one of his pals.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all just fucking
yeah.
about the almighty dollar, right? Like,
Yep.
as simple as it is, it's just about making fucking money, dude.
Yeah, it's fucked. I have a lot of friends that are all about making money, and that's the only thing they care about. And like, I got messages were like, my stocks went up like 30% when
Yeah,
overnight. I was like, congratulations, great. But like, you know,
At
the
what
majority
cost?
of Americans don't have a stock portfolio. Like, all that happened was their world just became a lot more dangerous.
Yeah.
So you could get 30% more money. It's bullshit.
And I would love to say to like all the Canadians that are like looking down on the Americans, and we said this before the fucking podcast,
Yeah.
but like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop acting like you're better than them, because we're going to do the same thing. Like, Polyev might not be as fucking like, I'm going to use the word sexy, which is maybe the only time it's ever been used in relation to Trump, but like, he's like sensational. You know what I mean? Like, Polyev might not be as sensational, but it's like, we're going to vote in a right-wing government that's going to, and we're going to do it with a majority. And they're going to absolutely fuck us over. And like, at this point, like, it wouldn't be as bad if Trump wasn't in power, but like, this motherfucker's going to hand our country on a platter to him.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's fucking insane. Okay.
Let's. Sorry, I was going to say enact my terrorist dream. I'm just kidding. Okay.
No, but
There should be a way for like people to easily leave.
Yeah.
But there's not really, if you look at like the world,
There's nowhere to go.
there's not a lot, which says a lot about like humanity. That like the vast majority of this world is just fine living in this type of system under like tyrannical control. It just seems really fucked.
Yeah.
Tim?
No, I agree. What I was going to say is there needs to be some sort of political left movement through music. Like, we had punk when we were teenagers. And I don't know if that was like any different with like how politics were, but there was like a younger generation that cared about that shit. And I feel like the younger generation doesn't, and there's not like something that's tied in pop culture to that. Where it's like, I don't know, maybe punk was still like a niche. I just think it was popular because we liked it and our friends liked it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was pretty popular at the time, but like, yeah.
I also think like punk got a lot more attention as like a revolutionary thing because there's a bunch of white kids.
Mm.
And you have like hip hop is so big, but it's black kids.
Mm.
And so it doesn't get from a revolutionary perspective of trying to incite change and like try and get the system to change. It doesn't get the recognition or the attention because it's black kids.
Yeah. And they are the people that are treated
Yep.
so harshly by society. They have so much the most against them. Nah,
Can I say one thing about hockey?
yeah.
No.
I haven't seen something like this in professional hockey, really, where a coach throws a player under the bus a little bit. calls out the player to the media, and then that player goes, fuck, and goes off. Like, literally reacts the way the coach wanted that to get that reaction, and just went bananas.
What was that? What are you referring to?
So last week, Derek Lalonde, the coach of the Detroit Red Wings, came out in the media and said that Dylan Larkin has got some work to do. He's got a lot more that he could show, and we haven't seen it from him. And
he put on one
and
hell
he
of a
went
show
out
last
and
night.
has scored 4 goals in 3 games, and
Yeah.
like just
that goal that he got last night was fucking nuts, dude.
Right?
Just walked through everyone.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen that in sports.
Can I tell you something about hockey?
Of course.
So you put that podcast together and you went through the Hockey Hall of Fame
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. I was scraping the leaves in my backyard yesterday, and I got an Instagram direct message from the Hockey Hall of Fame. And apparently one of their employees was at the show where I mentioned stuff about the Habs, the Bruins, and the Leafs, which I don't remember doing, if I can be flat out honest.
Okay.
And they've offered me and my family a chance to meet Eric Lindros and tickets to an alumni game Sunday.
What?
Are
Yeah.
you going?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm going with my dad, my father-in-law, and my son.
You mean Lindros?
Yeah, I kind of don't want to do that part because, like, Lindros was my guy. Like, I had a fucking binder with Lindros on it as a kid. Like, he was the fucking world to me.
Yeah, you loved him.
And I just don't want to, like...
That's so weird. Why did you love him?
He played for the Oshawa Generals.
Oh, he did.
And then, like, when I was a kid was when he went, like, first overall. And there was, like, that huge debacle. And I just thought he was, like, the coolest guy ever.
I loved the Flyers, like, when I lived in California and, like, the Sharks weren't really a thing yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was a Flyers fan because I liked Lindros. Like, he was a beast.
Me too.
And, like, John LeClaire and, like, those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Rod Brindamore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Flyers era.
Hextall, too?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Hextall. Van Beesbrook.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even really fucking watch it. I just fucking had all bunch of gear and fucking knew a couple names.
And then just like seeing him just get absolutely destroyed and his career just
And then he came home.
quite living up to it. But that's funny that you were a Lindros fan, and I was a big Lindros fan as a kid.
Yeah, I was a big Lindros guy.
Well, you should go see him.
Yeah, but then I have to go at like noon, and I want to get really drunk.
And get really drunk, and then tell him how much he meant to you as a kid.
I want to get drunk Saturday. I'm planning on getting really drunk Saturday.
So go meet Eric Lindros super hungover.
That's what it's gonna be if it happens.
And cry a little, and tell him how much he meant to you as a kid. Like, really tell him from the bottom of your heart and see what happens. As an adult man talking to another adult man.
I might have to, dude. Scared of his hands. I shook Paul Ranger's hand the other day. I felt like I had a baby claw.
But he's also like, isn't Lindros like 6'5"?
Yeah. Well, Paul
He's like
Ranger's
a giant.
Paul Ranger's huge too. I met him at a wedding.
You go to a lot of weddings with hockey players?
Just that one. That's the only one I've ever been to that had a hockey player at it.
You should go to more.
Houston played fucking catch with Paul Ranger for like, I don't know, 20 minutes on the dance floor. They're just playing catch. I was sitting there just going, this is cool.
But I think that's it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the episode.
Scrudy, you want to say the catchphrase?
I gotta think about it.
Okay.
Make sure I don't mess it up.
Yeah, just don't say go before it. A lot of people start with go.
You're gonna want to say go before it, but don't.
I thought you meant don't say go at all, and then I was like, there is a go,
There is a go.
Just make sure you
but
put it in
don't
the right
start
spot.
with okay.
Yeah.
Now it's like
do it.
now it's like awkward. Like, how do I segue into it?
You don't
like,
have to.
Like, I want to like
this
say,
is it.
Say, hey,
We're
it's
doing
Tim.
it, right?
It's Tim on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm not
fellas,
cutting out any of this. I'm leaving. This is gold.
Why would you ever edit this?
I don't.
It's crazy.
All right, fellas.
Much
Well,
rather be playing.
thank you for having me on, and eat shit and go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you almost said go, did you?
He
I
came
didn't
close.
say-
He started
I don't think
the
I would
G.
ever say
He was like, "Yeah,
go eat
said,
shit.
Dude, people love to do that. We tell people what it is. We go, it's eat shit and go fuck yourself. And they go, everybody go eat shit and fuck yourself.
You can also pick a picture from your.
Is he she?